When I say you must start with a vision, I mean you need a clear picture in your mind of why English truly matters for you. Without vision, learning becomes a burden, just another subject in school, and you will get tired quickly. But when you connect English to your dreams, it changes everything. Imagine yourself traveling to a foreign country where nobody speaks your language, but you can ask for food, make friends, and understand their culture. Imagine you are in a room full of business leaders, and because you can speak English, you share your ideas, and they listen to you with respect. Imagine reading books that never get translated into your native language, and suddenly you have knowledge that millions of others don't. This kind of vision is like fire in your heart. It pushes you when you feel lazy. It keeps you going when others give up. You see, vision makes learning faster because your brain does not see English as just grammar and vocabulary, but as a bridge to a bigger world, to opportunities, to freedom. That is why when you start, don't start with the alphabet, don't start with rules, start with asking yourself, why do I want English? What will my life look like when I can speak it confidently? Once you see that picture clearly, every word you learn, every sentence you speak, will bring you closer to it, and you will run toward learning instead of dragging your feet. It's very tempting to believe that learning something fast means doing it in big chunks, studying for hours, memorizing long word lists, or cramming grammar rules. But the truth is, our brain doesn't grow that way. It grows through small, repeated actions every single day. Think about how a tree grows. It doesn't suddenly shoot up overnight. It grows little by little, drop by drop of water, ray by ray of sunlight. English works the same way. If you give it just 10 or 15 minutes every day, your brain will start building a foundation that lasts much longer than one night of heavy study. When I was younger, I didn't have expensive teachers or perfect materials. What I had was consistency. Every morning I would wake up and try to learn one new word, one new phrase, and I would use it in conversation with tourists or friends. It didn't look like much, but after a year, that became hundreds of new words and thousands of practice moments. Small daily habits are powerful because they don't scare you. You don't say, "Oh no, I must study for 5 hours," and then quit. You say, "Just 10 minutes today," and before you know it, 10 minutes becomes 20, 20 becomes 30, and the momentum carries you forward. Remember, learning is not about speed in the moment. It is about building a rhythm that never stops. If you can commit to these small steps every single day, you will be shocked at how fast your English grows compared to those who try to run but give up. Courage is the fastest teacher in learning English. The problem most people face is not that they don't know enough words, but that they are afraid to use the ones they already know. They worry, what if I say it wrong? What if people laugh? What if they don't understand me? But this fear is like a lock on your mouth, and as long as it stays, no amount of studying will make you fluent. Think about children. When they learn to speak, they don't care about grammar or pronunciation. They just try, fail, and try again until everyone understands them. That is why children learn faster than adults. They have no fear of mistakes. When I was practicing English with tourists, I made so many mistakes that sometimes they laughed at me, but I laughed too and continued. Every mistake became a memory, and every correction became progress. If I had stayed silent, I would still be stuck. You must learn to love your mistakes because each wrong word brings you one step closer to being right. Imagine English as a muscle. If you never use it because you are afraid of being weak, it will stay weak forever. But if you use it even badly, it grows stronger day by day. So speak in front of your mirror, speak with your friends, speak to strangers if you get the chance. Don't wait to be perfect before you open your mouth, because perfection never comes first. Practice does. And the moment you stop caring about what people think, your English will start growing fast. If you really want to learn English fast, you must create an environment where English is not something you visit once in a while, but something that surrounds you all the time. Our brains learn through immersion, The more we see, hear, and feel a language, the faster it becomes part of us. Think of how a fish doesn't even realize it is in water. It just breathes it, lives in it, and moves with it naturally. That is how you must treat English. Change your phone and computer settings to English so that every time you open them, you practice without even trying. Watch movies, not as entertainment only, but as lessons. Listen to how the actors speak. Repeat their sentences. Imitate their tone. Put English music in your ears when you walk or travel. And even if you don't understand every word, your brain will start recognizing rhythm and sound. Read signs, books, or articles in English, even if it feels difficult at first. With time, your eyes will adjust. When you surround yourself with English, you don't give your brain a choice. It has to adapt. And the beautiful thing is, this doesn't feel like studying, it feels like living. Slowly, English becomes the air you breathe, and one day you will realize you are thinking in English without forcing it. This is the secret. Make English your environment, not your subject. The fastest way to grow in English is not only to keep it for yourself, but to use it to create value for others. When you only learn for yourself, your motivation rises and falls with your mood. But when you share what you know, your learning gains a purpose far bigger than you. Think about it. If you teach a friend a new word you learned today, you will never forget it yourself. If you write a short post in English and share it online, you will pay more attention to your grammar and vocabulary because you know others will read it. When I was practicing English, I would explain simple phrases to other students, and I noticed I learned twice as fast. Why? Because teaching forces you to organize your knowledge, and using English in real life makes it meaningful. Contribution also builds confidence. When you help someone else understand, you no longer feel like just a learner. You feel like a creator. Maybe you record a small video in English. Maybe you volunteer to guide foreigners. Maybe you write a diary and later share it with people. These small acts make English a living tool in your hands. The more you use English to give something, knowledge, stories, advice, the more it becomes part of who you are. And when learning turns into contribution, you will not only master the language faster, you will also inspire others to believe they can do it